You guys, he has the best zingers. I told him, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn what's the case in a free speech case. You know, he got up and did a lot of racy stuff. And then there's something fishy here. Okay? So, what's fishy about this case?
In Maine, there was a statute that was passed that on its face was discriminatory, and where you couldn't import live gold shiners into the state, and there was a bait shop owner who did that and is being prosecuted for bringing in shiners into the state.
Okay, and good. Let me stop you for 1 second, Chris. So you guys already see both of these are under the heading of discriminatory legislation, but in Greenville it was discriminatory as applied, look neutral on its face, and in this case it's discriminatory on its face. Okay, so that's what's coming in. Go ahead, Chris.
And so he's Taylor was being prosecuted, but that's not the basis of this case. We're trying to find out whether it's okay to have this statute stand as is, being discriminatory, or whether it impedes upon interstate commerce.
And the rule that the court is using, I think in this case, talks about a legitimate interest.
Correct.
Okay, legitimate, important. I think important is more weighty than legitimate. But just add this too, so if you see an iteration of this later, you go, oh yeah, okay, same thing. All right. What's non-negotiable has to be absolutely necessary. Could the court conceive of another way this could be accomplished?
Not really, no.
Yeah. The court said, you know what, we can't figure out how else this could happen. At the bottom of 486, now what we haven't talked about is whether it's important or legitimate. I'm going to go with important. This is necessary because the court can't determine an alternative. What's the state's interest here? What's the state's important interest?
Welfare, I would say.
The welfare of what? Be more specific.
The welfare of like their natural resources, the water.
Right. The natural resources, the aquatic ecology, and whether or not they're going to subject it to like non-native species. Okay? When you see Justice Stevens' dissent, why does he question whether or not this is a valid exception? Because this law is actually upheld and it's unique.
Right.
It's upheld.
Right.
Stevens' complaint.
He does. I think he was saying that he didn't think that the justification was like held strictly enough, was rigorous enough, and to like really justify leaving the statute as is.
What about the concern? What does he do with the concern about possible ecological effects from parasites and non-native species?
Must show, if Maine wishes to rely on its interest in ecological preservation, it must show that interest in the feasibility of other alternatives with far greater specificity. So.
Did he buy their arguments?
No.
It's going to destroy their ecological purity?
No, I think he's with far greater specificity. I think he wanted more detail, more like how is this really going to affect.
Okay, he says I really just don't buy it. I think this is economic protectionism, and I don't really. He's not subscribing to Maine's idea that this is going to disrupt the economic integrity of their system. All right. Jump over to 490.